Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kedington News late September update. Later we've got events coming up in October, but right now, if you remember last week, we finished on that interview with Gregory Bush about his charity gig for multiple sclerosis. That's going on here at the community centre, so we're going to go inside and see how it went. At 7:30, with the audience still arriving, Gregory's sister Marlise took to the stage for the first set of the evening. Traditionally, this has been the most difficult set of the night, with the crowd still settling in. But following a very successful set at Bobstock, Marlise was totally undaunted. Her set was a completely different selection of songs from that which we heard 2 weeks ago. But the beautiful voice and folk style of Marlise shone through, in covers ranging from modern pop to Disney classics. Don't worry, it wasn't Frozen.
From this chandelier, I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you.
Marlise was joined on stage at one point by friend Alex Murray, another talented singer, for a beautifully harmonised duet of A Great Big World's Say Something. We had hoped to have Tony Trott next, but an infected tooth left Tony unable to attend, and we hope he gets well soon. Instead, a man who shared the Bobstock stage with Tony as part of Stereo Jacks a couple of weeks back, Cian Harris, stepped in with a couple of piano ballads.
Crowd, you're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. He's my life, and he's now or never.
Cian was joined by Gregory Bush on his first appearance of the evening for a couple of 90s classics. Is well known to Bobstock regulars as an incredibly versatile musician. We got to see yet another aspect of her talent as she sang a set both beautiful and powerful, accompanied by Gregory Bush on guitar, who by this point you should be realising is pretty versatile himself. Although it's the first time Rachel Clark has played Kedington, some of you may already be familiar with her work, as songs from her EP Invasion have been played on both 1FM and 6 Music. For us though, she came with a set of acoustic versions of her work.
I never went for it anyway, it's all just one big mistake, stopped by all your doors, surrounded by some rules.
Rachel's set was much enjoyed. So much, in fact, I think I'll allow her a little plug.
It's from my EP. And that's on iTunes, it's called Invasion. The song is recorded with like electric guitar as well, drums and cool stuff. It's also on SoundCloud and that's for free, so head there. I'm Rachel Clark Music on SoundCloud.
And if you want to hear more of her beautiful acoustic versions she played for us at Gregory's gig, then visit my YouTube channel, because she gave us permission to put them up. Of course, we'll also be doing that for all the other performers, like the next one, the founder of the feast, as it were, Mr. Gregory Bush. It may seem that every other performer had Gregory up on stage for this gig, and it was pretty much the same for Bob Deller at Bobstock, so I guess what happened next was inevitable, but no less welcome for that, as these two have great on-stage chemistry.
Woo! Hold up.
After the announcement that the evening had raised £362, and I believe the total rose a little after that, Gregory welcomed on stage the trio of Simon, Ross and Hugo.
You gotta move, you gotta move, you gotta move, child, you gotta move. But when the Lord gets ready, you gotta move.
Simon, Ross and Hugo had been down as the last act, but it didn't take much pleading from the audience to get a load of the musicians back on stage for an ad hoc encore jam. More calls from the audience resulted in one final number, with brother and sister Gregory and Marlise teaming up with father and son Simon and Hugo, with Simon turning in a virtuoso guitar improvisation at the end, so unexpected I didn't actually have a camera pointing at him. All in all, a great evening, allowing several of the village's musical talents a chance to show a different side of their music to that we saw 2 weeks ago at Bobstock. As well as being a fundraising event, this was also submitted as part of Gregory's A-level music course. And if he doesn't get an A star for this, there's no justice. That's how you ended September. What have you got to look forward to in October? Well, firstly, on the 2nd, that's a Friday, the Kedington branch of the Royal British Legion plays host to a comedy evening at the Legion Hall. 3 professional comedians and a fish and chip supper for just £16 per head. The night runs from 7 p.m. till about 11:30, but you will need to buy your tickets in advance from the branch secretary. As I've said before, we try not to give out people's phone numbers online, but the number is on posters around the village, including in the window of Kedington Butchers. Another interesting event comes to Kedington Library on Friday, October the 9th, as it plays host to an evening of poetry. This comes courtesy of Suffolk-based poet Christopher James. The prize-winning poet will be giving a talk, reading some of his poetry, and discussing his first Sherlock Holmes novel which is due out in November. The evening starts at 7:30 and tickets are £5 and must be purchased in advance from Kedington Library. These include a liberal helping of cheese and wine. Well, it is a poetry evening. You can't not have cheese and wine. Anyway, as the nights draw in, October brings a welcome return of Kedington Film Club. Over the last couple of years, some brilliant films have graced the big screen at Kedington Community Centre. And yes, it does have one. It pulls down to fill the whole stage. This year, it's a very exciting lineup, and you and a +1 can see the whole season of 6 films for just £8. Or £10 if you're not already a member of Kedington Community Association, which you then will be for that extra £2. This year's season includes the 2013 Scots musical that seems kind of destined to become a cult classic, Sunshine on Leith, the 2005 remake of the already classic comedy musical The Producers,
that inspired me to write this song.
The World War II romance between a French woman and a German officer, Suite Française, the 2006 winner of the Best Foreign Language Oscar, the Cold War thriller Lives of Others, the brilliant biopic of pop group The Four Seasons, that's Jersey Boys, and the season starts on the 24th of October with the Oscar-winning biopic of Stephen Hawking's The Theory of Everything. To sign up, contact Steve Brown. As ever, we don't give out numbers online, but the numbers are on posters all around the village, including on the notice board on the front of Kedington newsagents. Well, that's me done for this episode. In theory, the next update will be near the end of October, but since I'm away that week, it may be the beginning of November. Either way, if you want to know when it appears, follow the links on this video through to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That's also your best option if you want to get to see full videos of the full songs from Gregory's gig. Alternatively, you can go to kedingtonnews.co.uk and it will appear there at some point. There's also a link from there to my Facebook. Follow that and I'll let you know there when new videos go up. If you've got an event coming up in November, let me know and I may include it. Well, that's me finished for this episode. I think I'm going to go out with a song. Enjoy. Cheerio.
Whenever I'm alone, you always worry me. No matter what I'm doing, boy, you get
say no. He's in charge, he's the producer. I've seen him with a clipboard, I'm not getting involved.